Welcome back to my channel. Have you started your pantry yet? If you haven't, then it's not too late to start. This is how I started, just a 4-tier shelf. Very small, there's nothing big about it. Start out today with as little as $50. If you have $50 to spare, you can do this if you haven't started already. If you don't have $50, you can still start today. 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever you have spare that you can throw at this right now, start. So I started here and then I worked up to the next shelving unit you're going to see. And I just set it in my walk-in closet and started putting things on it. So let me show you what that looks like right now. Here I have rice. There is some powdered sugars because I do a lot of baking. I put this in here because this you can actually stretch. How I do it is I would take this and actually take some rice and add it to it, and all the spices and everything are in here, and I don't need to worry about flavoring the rice because it'll be flavored from this, and it will stretch it that way. Pasta, we do pasta. I do the Great Value because that's the best deal I found on pasta pretty much just about anywhere. Even when in my area I have a major like Kroger's and Myers, even when they're on sale, usually they're not as good as, actually this went up a little bit, so it might be a better deal next time they go on sale. But usually they were 88 cents. I noticed when the last time I was in Walmart, the prices have gone up. So I would have to reevaluate. And for me, I've made a list of my stock-up price. I'll put a list at the end if I can remember of what my stock-up prices are for certain things, for things I buy like rice, pasta, just about everything. I do mashed potatoes. Yeah, they're instant, but guess what? You can use them to thicken soup. They have so many other uses than just mashed potato. In a pinch, you can, if you salt a dish too much, you can throw them in there. It will absorb the salt. So it's great many uses for different things. I have some quick breads, some brownies. We like our sweets in the house. Here's these are cinnamon swirls, muffin and cake mix. So that's a variety. You can make muffins, you can freeze some. You can, stretch it out that way. So it's not a whole lot of sweet in the house at one time. Whereas a cake, you pretty much want to eat it all one time. Whereas muffins, you could freeze like half of the batch. This is my favorite treat. Goldfish. Yep. Not just for the kids anymore. Cookies. We usually have some kind of cookies in the house. Either I make them or I buy them. Cereal. These bags are great because you're not paying for all the packaging and they're really reasonable. I love oatmeal 360 days of the year. The other 5 days when it's really, really hot, I probably won't eat it. I'll probably go cereal. We love these cereal bars. I've noticed that the Walmart brand is almost as nice, if not better, than like the Nutri-Grain bars and everything. Definitely, I tried Quaker Oats. I had Quaker Oats and I had this right after. I like this brand better. And it's a better price, so why not? Don't forget your spices. So we have some spices down here. There is some, there is some shelf-stable milk there. Your spices, I got these spices at the Dollar Tree. So, I usually start at the Dollar Tree to do my sort of prepping. And then I move from there. I will not buy vegetables at the Dollar Tree because I can buy vegetables, which you see here, all sorts of veggies back there, for less than what the Dollar Tree is selling them for. Oldies can have them for like 49 cents. So if you don't have an Oldies, try to find like maybe a smaller local grocery store. If not, if Walmart is all you have, get them at Walmart. I know for me, Dollar Tree is not that great in my area. I think they're like 79 cents. Well, the last time I looked at them, they were 79 cents. I don't know what they are now, but These are like 49 cents. Most of these at Aldi's. I know they're like 50 something cents at Walmart. So if you don't have an Aldi's, try Walmart. They're ramen noodles. I have a 5-alarm chili mix there. Tuna fish. Condensed soups. You can eat it just like that. If push comes to shove, maybe you don't have electric, your lights go out, and you need a meal, there you go. You can even do some rice. Soak some rice, put it over rice, there you go. Some fruits, mushrooms, tomato paste, tomato sauce, onion mix. You can do so much with that onion mix. You can marinate stuff. You can do a dip. All sorts of things. Soup. I've got some broth back there. And then some like baking items. Honey, molasses, peanut butter. Cannot live without peanut butter. These little drink mixes here. You don't need to add sugar. They're already sugared. I have a few sugar-free ones as well. Baking soda. Can't live without baking soda. Come on, guys. You will have so many uses for baking soda. You wouldn't know what you did without it. Coffee. My husband would kill if he didn't have his coffee. Don't forget the pets. Dog food, snacks, and then for the babies, diapers, shampoo, your shampoo, conditioner, there's some lotion back there, cleaning products, dishwashing liquid, hand sanitizer, toothpaste, toothbrushes, trash bags, don't forget trash bags, Clorox wipes back there, and detergent and bleach. Bleach, especially in this day and age, you can't do without bleach. So you can probably do this with the exception of like the diapers and, you know, that sort of stuff, bleach, detergent, probably for about $50 at Walmart. You could buy this probably like maybe a 3 or 5 pound bag of their chicken. And then this could stretch for a couple of weeks, 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, depending on how many people you are feeding. Mason jars. And this is what I usually store my excess in my working pantry. Now, my setback proper pantry, it's a different area, and I do it a little different. I use Mylar bags to do the rice, pasta, things like this is cornmeal. I'm using this in my working pantry. So that's why it's in a mason jar. It's not sealed. No, not sealed. I mean, it's not vacuum sealed. There's no vacuum on it. There's no oxygen absorber in there because I'm in and out of this. You don't really want to be doing that if it's in your working pantry and you're in and out of it. You don't want to be wasting that sort of resources. So that's why I just put them in a mason jar just to keep any bugs or anything like that might be present out of my foods. Because you don't, I mean, literally, that's why I moved this. Literally, anything, ants that might get in during the summer or whatever. You have mice, we don't have that problem here. Thank goodness, knock on wood. It could easily chew through cardboard. It can't chew through glass. It can't chew through metal. So think about that. This is some panko breadcrumbs, some nutritional yeast. No, I sprinkle that on just about everything, so gotta restock that. My rice extras, I put them in pasta extras. These are 1/2 gallon mason jars. In my working pantry, this actually sits on my counter. Most of it's in my working pantry, which is a cupboard off to the side. And I usually use these bigger sort of things because literally I'm in and out of them 2, 3, 4 times a week. That's a little boo-boo. If you hear any beeps or anything like that, I am canning potatoes. So video is getting kind of long. I might have to do it in 2 parts because of the time restriction. But anyway, so this is pasta. Again, just in and out. And whatever's extra, I would put in like a 1/2 gallon mason jar. Plastic containers. These sit on my counter. I have flour and I have sugar. We have brown sugar. We have raw cane sugar. I use it all. You might not want to use white sugar, then use what you want to use. Store what you eat what you store. That's what I say. Store what you eat what you store. If you don't use white sugar, don't store white sugar. I use white sugar. We use white sugar. So I'm storing white sugar. This is my all-purpose flour. Like I said, and we have these little nifty, they're like whiteboard stickers. And I just, blackboard stickers. And I just use the blackboard marker to label it. The flour's coming off, so that's why I turned it around, because it looks hideous. And then I just found some nice vintage mason jars, and this is my wheat flour in here, and I would do bread out of this too. And again, wheat flour is not as hard to find. I actually found some just the other day. It's in my freezer. I freeze my flour for 2 weeks at a time, take it out, and then put it into either the all-purpose that are on my counter, this little mason jar, which is a quart, I believe. Or is it a half gallon? It might be a half gallon. Let's see if it's a half gallon. Oh, it is a half gallon. Look at that. I didn't realize it was as big as my regular half gallons. Yeah, it's a half gallon. So I will put it into my half gallon, and then that will go into my working pantry. I will be dipping into this as these run down. I would be dipping into these flours, and they're airtight, so no bugs and nothing like that. They're glass, so again, no bugs or anything like that. I do worry about my plastic on my counter, but like I said, knock on wood, I don't have any past problems, so I'm not worried about that. So, like I said, if you have not started your pantry, please, I really urge you to do so today. Like I said, 10, 20. If you're doing like a $10 or $20, I would suggest try to buy smaller quantities. Like I had a big bag of rice. Try to buy the smaller bag of rice just to stretch your dollar a little bit more to get you started. Buy veggies, buy some tuna if you eat it. Try to buy a little variety of stuff to stretch your food dollar. Buy your spices at the Dollar Tree. Spend like maybe $2, $3 at the Dollar Tree. All you need is salt, pepper, maybe some onion, some garlic. If that's what you use. That's what I use pretty much in 99.9% of cooking, unless it's baking, foods that I cook. Onion, garlic. In 99.9, like I said, of our meals. So just start small. Start today. And you can get there. I know you see us with these big old pantries and everything else, and you're like daunted by it. Don't be. We didn't do this overnight. It took years and years. For me, it took about, I would say I've been prepping all my life. That was handed down from my mother because she always had a little bit extra stored away for a rainy day. And that's the way she taught us. So I've been in this sort of mindset all my life, and probably in the last maybe 6 years or so, maybe 8, because I'm thinking back. We've been in this house for 5, but I was doing this before we got here. So probably about 8 or so, maybe 10, I've been sort of doing the proper pantry, proper sort of thing. I'm doing this in sort of a bigger scale than what I was doing. I've got some long-term, maybe like 30-year sort of thing. And I will show you in a different video of that, because I'm going to do an updated video of my proper pantry, my cold room where all my home canned stuff is, and you can see how I do that. So for now, if you haven't started your pantry, please start your pantry now. Put a couple of things aside. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just stretch your dollar. I'm going to list maybe like 5 things you should start off with, if that's what you eat. If not, start off with what you eat. If you eat ramen noodles, buy ramen noodles. Don't worry about, people's like, it's too much salt. It's what you eat. Start with what you eat. Store what you eat what you store. Thank you so much for watching.